Hello student, today you are going to learn a topic known as type of vectors. Students, there are various type of vectors. Some of the vectors are equal vector, negative of a vector, modulus of vector, unit vector, fixed vector, free vector, collinear vector, coplanar vector, co-initial vector, coterminous vector. I am going to explain one by one each and every vectors. Number first is equal vector. The number first we are talking about equal vector. Suppose you have an arrow with a line. This is said to be vector A. Then this is said to be O and this is said to be P. Initial point is O and final point is P. Let us draw another vector known as B. Initial point is Q and final point is R. Then the length OP is equals to QR. This means that length OP equals to length QR, and direction of vector A and vector B are same. Direction of vector A and vector B are same. Then this is said to be equal vector. It can be written as when A magnitude is equals to B magnitude and direction of A is equals to direction of B, then vector A is equals to vector B. This is said to be equal vector. So you have learned what is equal vector. Now next you are going to learn negative of a vector. Your next topic is negative of a vector. Your next topic is negative of a vector. Suppose this is vector A and this is vector B. Then vector A magnitude is equals to vector B magnitude, and direction of A and B are opposite. Direction of A is opposite to direction of B. Then A and B are said to be negative of a vector. This means that when magnitude of two vectors are same and their directions are opposite, that is they are anti-parallel and their length are same, then they are said to be negative of a vector. Now your third topic is modulus of a vector. Just you have learned negative of a vector. Now you are going to learn the third topic known as modulus of a vector. Let vector is equals to A. Then A have magnitude as well as direction. If you will take only the magnitude, then this is said to be modulus of a vector. So then modulus of A is equals to A magnitude. This is said to be modulus of vector. Next you are going to understand unit vector. Next is unit vector. A vector which have specified direction and unit magnitude is said to be unit vector. Suppose I say that you move 1 meter towards north, then 1 meter is the magnitude and north is the direction. So 1 meter is a unit. So we said that 1 unit. This is said to be unit vector. The unit vector means you have unit magnitude and a specified direction. This is said to be unit vector. This can be written as vector A cap. Vector A cap is said to be unit vector. This is said to be A cap or A hat or A caret. And we generally use it A cap. The A cap is a unit vector. The A cap vector is expressed as A vector divided by A magnitude. This means that vector divided by its own magnitude is said to be a unit vector. Just you have learned what is unit vector. Now next is fixed vector. What is fixed vector? If the initial point of a vector is fixed, then this is said to be a fixed vector. For example, this is x-axis and this is y-axis and this is a vector known as vector A. When vector A initial point is fixed, we know the initial point. So it is said to be fixed vector. Next is free vector or non-localized vector. As the name suggests, non-localized. This means that its initial point is not fixed. We don't know from where the vector is coming. If I draw a vector, this is the vector, this is said to be vector A, and we don't know the initial point, then this is said to be free vector or non-localized vector. Now next is collinear vector. Suppose you take two or more than two vectors such that the vectors are linear, then they are said to be collinear vector. Let us see this. Now next is collinear vector. Collinear vector. Suppose this is said to be vector A, this is vector B, this is vector C, this is vector D. Then I am drawn here four vectors A, B, C and D. All the vectors are moving along same direction. They are parallel to each other, but the length of the vectors varies. Length of the vectors varies. They are not same. Such vectors are said to be collinear vector. Now next is coplanar vector. Coplanar vector. So next is coplanar. Coplanar vector. Your copy page is the XY plane. This board is the XY plane. The number of vectors drawn on this board are said to be coplanar vector. This means that vectors drawn on a same plane is said to be coplanar vector. Let us draw it. This is a vector A. This is vector B. This is vector C. This is vector D. This is vector E and so on. These all vectors are drawn on the board, same plane. So they are said to be coplanar vector. Now you are going to learn co-initial vector. Co-initial vector. Student, when the initial points of the vector are common, they are said to be co-initial vector. Let us, this is a vector A, this is vector B, let this be vector C and so on. All have the common origin. So it is said to be co-initial vector. Now coterminous vector. Coterminous vector. Coterminous vector. So student, when the end point, that is head of the vectors, coincide, then it is said to be coterminous vector. Suppose this is a vector A, this is vector B, this is vector C, and so on. So I said that A, B and C are coterminous vector. Now next is zero vector. So next is zero vector. Zero vector, also known as null or void vector. So if a vector have zero magnitude, what happens? What I have said, students? I have said that a zero vector is also known as null or void vector. So what is null or void vector? A vector which have a zero magnitude and not a specified direction is said to be a zero vector. This means that if I am talking about a point on the origin, suppose this is a point on the origin, then this is said to be x, y and z. Then a point on the origin is said to be zero vector. This is a zero vector. Zero vector have a zero magnitude and non-specified direction. We don't know in which direction this will move. Let us see an example to understand it more better. Suppose I write that V equals to U plus AT. You all know that V equals to U plus AT. It is the equation of first motion and a kinematic equation of motion, first equation. So here only I had given here the vector sign because velocity is vector, acceleration is vector and time is not a vector. From here you can write that V vector minus U vector upon T is equals to vector A. A stands for acceleration vector. Now suppose if a vehicle is moving with constant velocity, then V is equals to U. This means that when V equals to U, same velocity, no change in velocity, then what will happen? Here you have V minus U, 0. Here you have 0 by T and this is equals to A. So you get A acceleration equals to zero vector. Now this zero vector is said to be a zero vector or null vector or a void vector. So you have learned what is zero vector. Next you are going to learn axial vector. Axial vector, our next topic. When a vector play a rotational effect, then it is said to be axial vector. Example, when you have learned cross product of vector, then in cross product of vector A cross B, this is equals to AB sin theta n cap. Then if this is said to be vector A and this is said to be vector B and you move from A to B, then n cap is along this direction. This is the n cap direction. So how you get this direction? For that you have to put your right hand on vector A and you turn the fingers towards vector B, then the thumb will outside and this is normal on vector A and B. Then this is said to be axial vector. Axial vector give you the turning effect. Example of axial vector is torque. Torque, angular momentum. What is torque? Torque tau is equals to R cross F. This is said to be torque. What is angular momentum? Angular momentum L is equals to R cross P. It is said to be angular momentum. So you have learned axial vector. Now you are going to learn a polar vector. Polar vector is a vector which have a fixed initial point, is said to be a polar vector. Suppose this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and here I am writing a vector. Then this A, this line can be said to be as polar vector. So polar vector is have a fixed point or it have the point of origin. Example of polar vector is displacement vector, because we know that from where the displacement will start. Now next is position vector. Position vector. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Suppose here is a particle. We join these points. Then this line is A, and A line equals to OP. A vector is equals to OP vector. So OP vector represent this position of P. Suppose I point here a second point Q, and I join this point. Then this is said to be B vector. Then OQ is said to be B vector. So A vector is equals to OP and B vector equals to OQ. So when a vector represents the position or the location of a point, it is said to be position vector. Now next is displacement vector. Let us see it carefully, okay? Next is displacement vector. Displacement vector. Let us draw x-axis, y-axis, origin. Let a particle be at point A, and this particle move to point B from this path. We join this line. This is said to be vector R1. R1 is said to be initial position. We join this line. This is said to be R2. R2 is said to be final position, and after that we join this line straight. This is said to be delta R. It is said to be displacement vector. So displacement vector here, displacement is equals to AB represented by delta R. Now in triangle OAB, using triangle law of vector addition, you have vector OA plus vector AB is equals to vector OB. This means that B point can be reached by a path OAAB or directly OB. So from here we write this is OA equals to R1, AB is delta R, and OB is R2. So from here delta R is equals to R2 minus R1. This is said to be displacement vector. Thank you, student.